Hi guys, welcome back to another demo. Today I have for you this 52-inch super brass Gulf Coast Dixie Belle, probably made by Sinlex, however you pronounce it. But yeah, I got this for 10 bucks off of Craigslist. It had been sitting there for a while and I finally decided to go ahead and get it. It does have a broken mesh spotlight kit that I'm trying to work on. I did call Dan's Fan City and we'll see what they said. But yeah, so like I said, it's 52 inches. Super brass was basically Gulf Coast answer to the Hunter bright brass. And it's not nearly as yellow, which is the main difference that I've noticed between regular brass and super brass. It's not nearly as yellow, and that's definitely making me think that it is indeed super brass. It definitely needs to have some fingerprints cleaned off of it, but you can't really see that on the camera, especially since this is just an iPhone XR, so the camera's not too good. Well, I mean, it's all right. It's just not as good as the newer one, so there's really no point in me cleaning it completely. I just had to take it apart because the thing was really dusty. But yeah, I did clean all the dust off. The fan's in good shape. The top of the blades have a couple little scratches, but not too bad, seeing as I'm only ever going to be showing this fan with the cane down if it's installed, because this tight weave cane is absolutely gorgeous, and I've heard a lot of other people like it too. But yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and give you guys a close-up so I can go ahead and start the fan up once I'm done. See, there's that cane. It does really look terrific. I'm not too sure on the blade finish there. And then there's also this here as well, which is an original Gulf Coast fob. So anyways, I'm gonna now go ahead and put the camera back, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start the fan up. And I did just get an email as well. They told me that there doesn't appear to be any way to fix it. I might call a couple of the stores, see if they have any spotlight kits or some that they could cannibalize and rip apart and send me or something. So I'll probably do that later. But the main customer service just emailed me and told me that there was nothing that they could do. But keep in mind though, that super brass is not sold anymore, so finding an exact match would be difficult anyway. So yeah, I might not even bother. We'll see. But yeah, so there it is on low speed. I'm pretty sure this uses a 188 by 15 millimeter motor, so that's pretty good. Not a whole lot of noise from this fan either. It's pretty quiet. Low speed is just a little bit faster than aesthetic lows would be, but it does move some decent air on low speed. I can already feel a little bit. But anyways, yeah, this fan was probably bought at the Great Fans and Blinds, formerly Dan's Fan City. And I say that because I believe that was the only way that you could get Gulf Coast products around here back when this fan was made, late 80s, early 90s, that is. And yeah, I know that obviously down in Florida they've got a lot of the older fans, but and then obviously there's going to be some around here too because of the Dan's Fan City that was here. But I'm not too sure whether they were everywhere else as well. I really do not know. All that I do know is that our great fans used to be a Dan's Fan City, and I'm not too sure when they went independent. But by the time I started going there, I think they had just about. I do have some old literature though that did feature some Gulf Coast fans though, and by literature I mean a binder full of closeouts, and they had a Futura in it. But anyways, here's medium. Got a little bit of a wobble, but that's pretty typical with long down routes, I've noticed. But yeah, so they definitely did sell Gulf Coast there. And yeah, I was actually there on the day that that store closed. I'm one of the only local people around here who was able to get to it whenever I wanted. So I did go there quite a bit. And I did get a whole bunch of cool old stuff from there as well. But yeah, that is medium. Definitely is moving a good amount of air. And there's not really much of a motor noise either. This fan is pretty impressive. I know a lot of people aren't too big on Gulf Coast. Well, a couple people aren't anyways. But honestly, I don't think these are that bad. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and now turn it up to high. on high, it does definitely move a really good amount of air. And what's nice is all the blades are straight as well. They're not really out of alignment. So that definitely cuts down on the wobble. Most of it is just probably from the long down rod. So yeah, that is high, and then obviously, I'm sure you've noticed, but yeah, the fan does have the GE vents. It's one of the only GE vents that they still make today, because they still do make the Dixie Belle today. And instead they use half moon brackets. I personally am not as big on those. I don't hate the look, but I personally prefer these ones here, these brackets here, the pretzel ones. And then the older ones, at some point they did have the very basic brackets. I don't really like those either. I prefer the pretzel ones. Anyways, I'll go ahead now and give you guys a close-up so you can hear any wind noise. There we go. And some of the wobble could also be from the spinner motor. One thing I've noticed is that what some spinner motors like to do is the blades like to sort of move up and down, and that usually can cause a little bit of wobble. A fan that's really badly hit by that, it has to be the cabana out in my garage. Those blades really wiggle a lot, and none of the arms are bent or anything. But yeah, overall, I am pretty impressed with this fan, and I'm glad I've got it. I really do love the way that the cane on this fan looks. It looks absolutely gorgeous. And that mesh spotlight kit I probably would have taken off anyways, because the truth is that's a bit too modern-y of a light kit. It's just not the right style for this fan. If you flipped the blades and didn't have the cane facing, it'd be a bit, it wouldn't look as bad, but yeah, no, I'm still gonna give it my all to see if I can try to fix it, but I probably won't. I could honestly see this fan more with like a typical like 4 light kit or something a little more elegant. But yeah, this fan, I really do love the way it looks. It's definitely got sort of a classy type vibe to it, even though it is definitely a more basic ceiling fan. It is definitely a more unique aspect that I haven't really had in the collection yet, especially since I don't own a Gulf Coast. But yeah, it does expand the brands that I have here in the collection. I've got quite a few different brands. And yeah, I can't really think of too much else to say about it. That's why I got quiet. I think I've pretty much run dry of anything I did want to say. Luckily, though, the fan is just about to come to a stop. Maybe. Yep, there we go. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.